Well, I'm live over here. Uh, I've been awake since approximately 1:15 tonight. Or should I say this morning? Went to bed about, I don't know, 10 o'clock, 9:45. It's been 2 months since I had my knee replacement, my first one. I actually got another one that I'm going to do. I'm going to do the other one in November. And ever since I've had my knee replacement, I can't sleep. Um, when you get a knee replacement, first of all, to start out with, you can't sleep on your side. You can't sleep on your side. You can't sleep on the side that you had your knee replaced, or you can't sleep on the side you didn't have your knee replaced. Because what happens is if you sleep on the side that you didn't have your knee replaced, then the knee that you had replaced bends and twists and feels like it's going to come out of the socket. And then if you sleep on your side that you had the knee replacement, you're putting a lot of pressure on it and it hurts. Now, I don't know if anybody that's watching saw some pictures of my leg after the surgery. We had a lot of bruise actions going on. My whole leg was completely bruised. And that was from, what that was from a buckle, a belt. What do they call that? Tourniquet that they put on your leg right above your knee. And then there's a buckle that sits on the side of your leg with a air valve that they put air in, and then they air this thing up. It's like an inner tube. Well, to this day, where that buckle was sitting, still hurts like hell. It still hurts like hell. I could tell a big difference from getting a knee replacement. Trust me. It was a good thing that I got a knee replacement. It was a godsending. I think I've already been through that. And I'm glad I got my knee replacement. But it is a very long and strenuous process of healing. And ever since I've had it done, it's like I wake up around 2 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I can't fucking go back to sleep. I don't understand. I'm not taking any drugs. I'm not taking any painkillers. I'm not taking any type of medication. If my leg hurts, if my knees hurt, now my other knee, which is my left knee, if that starts hurting extremely bad, like normal, I go ahead and take some Advils, but that's about it. So I don't know anybody out there that, has that problem. I noticed there's like 16 people watching right now, and it's 3:30 in the morning. That's telling me that either you work at night or you actually have that problem as well, insomnia. It's bullshit. It sucks. And we got, I couldn't read that comment. That was too long, but I saw he said he's had insomnia for many years. What causes insomnia? That's the situation. Is it the knee surgery itself, or is it the problem of getting older in life and you got more situations on your shoulders than normal, and you got a lot of worrying and a lot of anxiety, you might say, that is leading you to not sleep. Take me for instance, okay? I got a shop. I'm a shop owner. I do that for a living, and I think what has caused me to have this insomnia situation is that I got work in my shop that has to be done. And if I'm not working in my shop, then I'm not making any money. And if I'm not making any money, I'm not paying my bills. Plain and simple. I have a Mustang and a Camaro that I have had for many, many years. I want them cars out of my shop. Okay, if the owners are watching this, don't take it wrong. I just want the cars out of my fucking shop. I'm tired of looking at the cars. I'm tired of opening my doors and seeing these cars in my shop. But I'm a one-man operation. That means I can only do so much work in one fucking day. So when I go out there and I see these cars sitting there, I'm looking at them going, okay, I got to do this to that car, and that car, I got major shit I got to do to that car. But when I get that major shit done on that car, then I got to start the new chapter. I got to open the book and write a new chapter in the book and do this major job to it until that job's done. But then on the other hand, hold on a minute. I still got this other car over here that I still got to get this done. So y'all are probably looking at me thinking, you need to hire somebody. No, I don't need to hire anybody. Because when you hire people, what happens? First of all, let me go ahead and explain it to you. They don't have no fucking tools. All right? I don't know where the concept of I want a job doing paint and body work, or I want a mechanic job, but I'm not buying any tools. I'm going to work out of your toolbox because you are the employer and you need to supply those. I don't know where the fuck that concept came up with, but within the last, I would say 10 years, it seems like anybody that wants to work in the field of work that I do, the employer is supposed to supply everything but a sack lunch. And that's including the toilet paper to wipe your fucking ass when you take 7 or 8 shits in my toilet, smoking cigarettes and taking breaks, acting like you're doing something. But hold on, let's not stop there. Let's go all the way to the end of the week on Friday. The only day that the employee is actually there for a full day is on Friday. Because that's the day he gets his paycheck for the only 3 days that he worked. Because the other 2 or 3 days that he didn't work, he was out fucking off and lying and cheating to the boss, claiming that he had other stuff to do besides go to work. So you kind of get the idea why I work alone. I got a lot of people that want to bring their cars over here. I can't take them. I can't do it. I got a GTO here. We haven't even mentioned that car. And then we got the Money Pit Baja, which is my car. And I walk past that every day, and I tell myself, I say, when can I work on this fucking thing? When? Sunday after church for 3 hours? I don't know. I really don't fucking know. The situation we have is the older you get, the more anxiety, frustration that lurches and climbs onto your shoulder. The more problems and issues arise. Here's a problem. I'm 60 years old. I see people around me that are my age or a little older, and they're coming down with illnesses that are death-causing. Does that make any sense here? So you got all these people around you that you notice that you never noticed before. I mean, they're not even really your friends. They're just people that you've heard of or acquaintances. And you see these people or hear about them. Well, guess what happened to this guy? He's got liver poison, and we don't know how long he's going to live. So then you start thinking to yourself, I'm 60 years old. I just had knee surgery. and I've never had surgery in my life before. You know, I'm a pretty healthy fucking guy, but how long can I stay healthy before it's my turn to have that turning point in life where everybody's looking at me saying, well, how long is he going to live? What's going to happen to him? I got work in my shop that needs to get the fuck out of here. I haven't never seen my shop empty. I mean, that sounds weird. Most people would say, I sure wish I had a lot of work in my shop. I walk in my shop and I don't have nothing to do. It's empty. In my situation, I'd like to see my shop empty. I'd like to see the cars that I'm working on fucking gone. All right? I can walk into my shop and do what I want to do to my stuff. That's another problem you have when you get older and you start getting insomnia is you don't have fucking time to do anything for yourself. Even if you're retired, let's just say, okay, I'm 60, let's say I'm 65, I'm not, let's just say I am, and I retire, or even if I'm 60, I'm self-employed, I can retire anytime I want. And then what are you going to do then? Then you're going to sit around on your ass, or you're going to fuck around and squabble about, well, I don't have anything to do all day. What am I going to do today? What am I going to do? You kind of understand what I'm saying? So it's either you're going to work your fucking ass off and worry about everything that's going on, or you're going to quit working and sit on your ass because sooner or later, you've already done everything. You've already done everything. You've already gone everywhere. And there's really nothing else to do. So it's a catch-22 situation in life when you get older. What's going on with my knee? My knee's doing good. I'm not going to say that it's the best thing in the world. There's times that I still have pain just like I did before my knee surgery. Kind of like right now, I'm sitting in the I'm sitting in the position that I am, and my fucking knee's starting to hurt. So I got to like stretch it out every now and then. And another thing about it is it's been going on for, this is 2 years. 2 months. Monday will be 9 weeks. And I still got a lot of pressure around my knee. Does that make any sense? It feels like I got a band wrapped around my knee, and it feels like my skin is very tight. Another thing is that my knee it's numb going down in the front of my knee, and then on the side of it, it feels like it's numb. I can only work so many fucking hours a day, okay? And when I say that, I'm talking about my knee. The job that I do requires a lot of standing on concrete. From all the research that I've done about knee replacement and people that stand on concrete, that's the main thing that caused my knees to go bad, is standing on concrete basically more than 3/4 of my life. And what happens is, even if you have the most expensive shoes or boots that have the most expensive insulation or the best built shoe that you can, it really doesn't matter. Standing on concrete day in, day out, 7 days a week. Anybody that watches my videos knows that I work very, very long hours. And from standing on concrete, hot and then cold, and hot and humid and wet and dry and everything that goes along with concrete will fuck your knees up. And that's why my knees are fucked up. It was a grace of God, the hand of God, that got my knee replacements. I'm going to tell you that right now. And if you want to put a smiley face or a funny laughing face on it and think this is a joke, I'm going to tell you now, it's not. All right? It was the hand of God that put upon me to have knee replacements. And I'm telling you now, that's fact. Okay? I am not fucking rich. I'm going to tell you that right now. I live from check to check, and if God didn't help me get my knee replacements, I would have never been able to. When I went to the doctor told me, if you don't get knee replacements, you're going to be in a wheelchair within 5 years. Let me go ahead and explain what happens when your knees start going bad. First of all, your legs get very weak. If you're sitting down, it's very hard to get up. You have to literally pull yourself up or use all your strength to get up back on your feet. In my situation, working on cars, I have to get down on my knees. I got to get under cars. Speaking of getting under cars, I actually have the GTO at the sandblasters, getting the bottom of it sandblasted on the firewall. So when I get that back today, I got to put that in my paint booth, and then I got to paint the firewall and underneath the car. Now, I just had fucking knee surgery here. I'm not even supposed to be getting on my knees. All right? But I got to get that painted, and I got to get the underneath the car painted. So I got to get down on my knees. It's not a fun situation, people. If you're a blue-collar worker, a labor-enforced guy like me, that it's continuous labor to make a living, getting knee surgery is a very serious and touchy situation. You can actually overdo it. You can actually overdo it, and you can fuck the whole thing up. And if that happens, then you're really screwed. When I'm out here working, like let's just say Sunday, for instance. Let me go ahead and tell you about that situation. So I go to church, and when I get back from church, my goal is that I got the shit show Volkswagen here. And a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about. It's a Volkswagen that I did all the work to get the yellow Volkswagen Baja. It was a trade-out deal. Well, the transmission on this fucking Volkswagen was leaking. And I told him, I said, look, dude, I don't really have the facilities to fix the CV joint cup. It's the cup that actually connects to the transmission, and behind that cup there's a seal. All right? And then you put the cup back on, and you got to have some spanner wrenches to get the snap ring out of there. And then once you put the snap ring back in, getting that thing out was a fucking bitch. Especially, it took me and Minnie, the body shop girl, both to get that one little fucking round ring out, that C-clip or whatever you want to call it. But we finally got it out after about an hour and a half of dicking around and using 2 screwdrivers. While Minnie was on the outside of the car, I'm up under the car. On my back, I got axle grease and transmission fluid, transmission gear lube pouring all over me, in my face, on my arms, on my body. And we finally got this fucking thing off. I had the car jacked up in the air on the back, and then the front wheels were sitting down at an angle. And the only thing I'm thinking is if I move this fucking thing the wrong way, the jacks are going to flip out from it. And, you know, I told the guy, I said, look, dude, okay, I'm going to fix your fucking tranny leak, okay? Because he told me he couldn't find anybody to do it. And the guy that knows how to do it and has the fucking tools and a lift wouldn't do it for him. Would not fucking do it for him. Which is fucking bullshit, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, that's bullshit. When somebody's in need and you're the only motherfucker that's got the shit to do it right and you know how to do it, and you refuse to do it, you're a fucking asshole. You're a piece of shit, and that's all I got to say. All right? So, to change out this fucking seal on this transmission, and then put the cup back on there, and then there's another little seal inside the cup. So you got 2 different seals. And then you put the CV joints back on, and you got to bolt the shit together. All right, that took me over 8.5 fucking hours to do that one job. That was an 8.5 hour job. I had to get up and down on my knees, up and down on my knees, at least 37 fucking times. Now, I did use, when I get on my knees, I always have knee pads on. I've always been that way. I don't think my knee problems are from getting on my knees, because I've always thought and cared about my knees. But for some fucking reason, my knees are fucked. Is getting a knee replacement, is it gonna fix the cure and be 100% perfect? No, it's not. It's not gonna be. You're still gonna have pain, but it's not gonna be as bad as the pain before. It's not gonna be bone on bone, but you're still gonna have pain. It takes a very long time for it to heal up 100%, if it ever heals up 100%. I think the only people that it actually heals up 100% are people that are not hardcore blue-collar workers like me, that actually have a regular job, an easy, mild job. Am I following everything that I'm supposed to do? Yes, I am. I'm actually going to rehab this morning at 8 o'clock. Besides that, I have an app on my phone that I have to do these fucking knee exercises 3 to 4 times a day. So yes, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. But what I'm doing above and beyond that is I'm fucking working for a living. I can't sit on my fucking ass and think that the goose is going to come over to my house and lay golden eggs for me. It's not going to happen. You know, a lot of shit's going on, people. A lot of actions and tribulations are going on. And getting a knee replacement in a position that I am in gives you that opportunity to not sleep, if I'm making any sense. It puts more worries on your shoulders, you might say. So I got this fucking Mustang out there, and we got all the rust. The rust is gone. It's not a Mustang anymore. And it took me a week to get all of the body panels finalized on there and bolted on for the finalized boltation, to do the final body work and get all the panels lined up. So that's my next goal, is to get that in final primer. I got to get that done, and then hopefully I'll be able to paint the dash. I'll get all the stuff on the inside painted, because the dash is black, semi-gloss black. I got to get that painted. Then I can start wiring the vehicle up. But until all that happens, I got to work on the fucking Camaro. We couldn't use the distributor that came with the turnkey engine in the Camaro, because the GM distributor is way too big round, and it won't fit on the firewall area. I did take a hammer and some other actions to manipulate the, I don't know if you can see my hand, but I had to manipulate the firewall with a concave situation, but that wasn't enough on the 67 Camaro. So that forced the owner to buy an MSD distributor kit. Now, I hope y'all are sitting down for this, because I'm going to tell you this. This distributor kit that he bought, unbelievable the way that fucking the price of shit has gone. Unbelievable. He paid $900 fucking dollars for a distributor, a coil, a spark box, and spark plug wires. $900 fucking dollars. I cannot believe how greedy and selfish the world has become by charging so fucking much for everything and anything. It's just unbelievable. I had to buy a couple fittings, some AN fittings yesterday, and the fitting's only about this big. I don't know if you can see my hand. It's like it's a number 3 AN to an 1/8 inch adapter. I had to buy a couple of those. $7 fucking dollars for one of these things. And then they're going to charge me $6 for shipping. I'm paying $13 fucking dollars for this little fucking fitting this fucking big. My knee's hurting right now. My knee is hurting. If I stand too long, my knee fucking hurts. But the problem is, and this is where the scandalous situation comes in hand. You get your knee surgery, and your mind's telling you now you got a brand new knee. Okay? And then when your mind's telling you that you got a brand new knee, all right, when you're standing up on your brand new knee and you're walking around and you're moving and you're doing your things, your knee still fucking hurts. But subconsciously, you're telling yourself, I got a brand new knee. So it doesn't hurt as much as it did before I had my knee. Does that make any sense? So you still have pain, but you learn to live with it because you know it's not bone on bone and it's not as bad as it was before you had surgery. Go figure that action. I've been riding my bike. I'm back to riding my bicycle. I'm doing 18 miles a day. I can't do it today. I got to go to this rehab thing. But I get up around, I don't get up around, I'm already awake. I leave about 6 o'clock in the morning. I go downtown, and then I do my 18 miles. And then by the time I get back, it's time for Minnie to go to church. So I'm still riding my bike. And I'm trying to start walking more instead of riding my bike. I got to get back into this walking deal. But walking puts a lot of pressure on my left leg, which still needs the knee replacement. And it's just a clusterfuck, people. It's a situation that puts you into the position where you can't sleep at night. You got all these fucking things going on. And, you know, you're telling yourself, when is it going to end? It's not. It's not going to end. A matter of fact, I'm going to be honest with you, it's going to get fucking worse, okay? So if you're in a position like I am, and you're thinking to yourself, when is it going to end? It's not. You're going to have to learn to live with the situation and go down the fucking road. Because, let me explain it to you. You ain't fucking 18 years old anymore, all right? You're not 21, okay? You are now past the age of 60. And if you're not doing what I'm doing, if you're not going out riding your bicycle, and you're not going out walking, and you're not up and at 'em doing shit, your life's going to fucking end early, pal. Your life's going to end early, okay? Your body is like a mechanical mechanism. And if your organs are not functioning properly and you're not keeping up with the system that you live with, they start dying off. All right? Nothing lasts forever. Remember that. I don't know what else to say. I'm up. I can't sleep. I don't know what to fucking do, people. Just like you don't know what to do. You're up. You're awake. Why? Why are we like that? I was going to talk about something else and I forgot what I was going to say. What was I going to say? I don't even fucking remember. I want to go to Colorado. I want to go to Denver and see my Aunt Glory. I haven't been to Denver to see her for a very long time. I've been telling Minnie, we're going to go to Denver this weekend. And then when that weekend gets there, I can't go. I can't. Because life is fast. Time is short. And what you think you could have done back then, you can't do now. Because time won't let you. Time is not on your side, pal. The only thing you can do now is pray to God and ask Him for forgiveness and live one day at a time. That's right, one day at a time. Yesterday was the past. We don't give a shit what happened yesterday. If it was a bad day, who cares? It's not going to come back. And tomorrow's the future. We're not there yet. So why worry about it? But we do worry about it. And that's what gives us the situation of saying, I can't sleep, my friend Pete, because I fucking worry. And I can't train myself to stop worrying. All right? In my situation, it's my fucking knee that won't let me sleep. And a thing called a Mustang and another thing called a Camaro. Now I got this GTO. You know, I don't understand. I just really don't. I'm just trying to make a living here, people. I hope that I made sense tonight. I don't know if I did. If I didn't, then I guess I don't fucking know. All I can say is when you get surgery like I got, it really wakes you up. Because before I had this surgery, I didn't have any surgery in my life. I was actually proud to say I've never had surgery before. A couple of years ago, I got carpal tunnel surgery. Anybody that watched my videos will remember that. That was actually the first major surgery that I ever had in my life. And I'll be honest with you, it depressed me. It depressed me because it woke me up, and it was at the same time that I was the turning point in my life where I was getting ready to turn 60 years old. So I'm looking at this thing going, I'm almost 60 years old. I'm getting this surgery, and fuck, I'm getting fucking old here. You know, and you start seeing your life, you start thinking about all this shit that you've done in your life, and, you know, and look how old I am now, and what am I going to do in the future, and look at my past, what I've done. It's just a real clusterfuck situation. It's like you're writing your own book in your head, and you keep reading chapter 1 and going over to chapter 17, but then you end up in chapter 4, and it doesn't seem like you can fucking move forward. I don't know. I just don't know. I do want to thank everybody out there, and that's a small group of 18. 18 people bought 18 pictures of my beautiful artwork, and that money will go toward the Money Pit Baja. And I want to thank those 18 people for not donating but purchasing one of my art pictures. I actually thought I was going to sell more than 18, but I'm very happy and glad that I sold that many. And the money will go toward the Money Pit. Basically, it already has, to be honest with you. I've already bought a lot of stuff for it that it needs to, and you can watch the videos on that. But we have 18 awesome people out there that was able to purchase one of my art works, whatever you want to call it, and hang it in their house. And, you know, so thank you very much, 18 people. And anybody else that might be interested in any of my artwork, don't hesitate to contact my friend Pete. I still have some artwork left and would love to get rid of it. Speaking of artwork, I had a local, I had some local interest in my artwork that wants me to put my work in their establishments, but they want to get 40% of the take. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to leave a comment, okay? If you followed me this far into this video, we're almost done talking. I'm going to ask you this. If you busted your ass and made artwork, and let's say that that's part of how you make a living, and you only make, if you're spending, let's say you sell it for $200, let's just say that, and then you spend close to $100 to make the item for the material, for all the materials, like getting the picture printed on aluminum, and then all the metal and the welding supplies and your electricity and everything else, because a lot of people don't look at that. They don't look at the welding wire or the electricity that you got to pay, or, you know, the water that you're paying for. So when you take a break to go take a leak, you got to flush your toilet. You know, they don't look at all that. All they're looking at is the initial, oh, you're selling it for $200. Okay, you're making $200. No, I'm not. I'm not making $200, buddy. All right. When it's all done and said, I'm making about $43. Does that make any sense? When it's all done and said. So I got some establishments here in town that are interested in me putting some of my metal artwork in their place as a business for them to sell. But they want 40% of the take. So if I sell one of my pictures for $200, they want $80. So I'm basically only making, if it costs me $130, I'm losing fucking money. I'm not even making my fucking money back. But their angle is, I'm selling it for you. I'm advertising for you. I got my bills to pay. Well, fuck you, bitch. I got my shit to pay too. What the fuck, guy? You know, they don't think that's how life is. People don't think about other people. They only think about themselves. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, thinking about you, my friend, thinking about you, and hoping that you're not the next person that I hear about that has some illness or death-causing situation that I got to look at myself and say, now it's this guy. Now this guy's going down. And it's making me feel like I'm next. Take it easy. We'll see you later. And hopefully you don't have insomnia.